The traitorous government of Canada is allowing hundreds of thousands of crazy people into the country while they sell out regular, everyday Canadians every day. I speak to a guy who has a serious disability. What does the Canadian government give him? $870 a month. That's it. And this is a guy who legitimately deserves and should be on disability. He's a Canadian citizen. He's lived here for the entirety of our life. I was just talking to him, working with him on something. A woman comes up to me and I'm talking about how she starts talking to him, tell him all the things he's doing wrong. I say no, our government should be taking care of him, giving him more money. She's going, oh, you have to do this, have to do that. Little does she know, she's never lived her life in a wheelchair. Give me a goddamn break. So pathetic. Somebody coming over and talking to a guy in a wheelchair about he has to do this, he has to do that. He only gets $870 a month paid to him by a pathetic government that sells Canadians out every single day. Then I go to him, it's BS. They're giving you $870. Meanwhile, immigrants are available to get up to $283 a day. $283. Many immigrants arrive in Canada and their entire first year is paid for by our goddamn government, while we have homeless Canadians all over the place who can't feed themselves. And this guy's legit on disability. It's no BS. He's legit on disability. So I say to her, we're giving $283 a day to immigrants, and this guy's only getting $870 a month, which works out to an incredibly small amount, $60 a day. And she starts yelling at me, I've been here for 15 years. This country was built by immigrants, like a total whack job. Her eyes go pitch black. She's crazy. She's getting in my face. Total insanity. We're allowing a bunch of total whack jobs into this country. This woman was clearly out of her mind, arguing with a guy who's on disability, and then she's lecturing me about what's better. And I said to her, my grandfather's brother and my grandmother built weapons for this country during the war, and my grandfather's brother fought for this country during the war. And she says, you're a liar. This is what we're allowing into the country. Our ancestors are being disrespected on our own land by people who just arrived here. Those who sacrificed their lives for the country of Canada are being disrespected by people just got here. She says you're a liar. She has absolutely no idea what she's talking about. Another mentally ill member that I'm sure has been invited in relatively recently saying, I built this country. What a crock of BS. Total insanity. We have invited 8 million people into this country in the past decade. Meanwhile, we have Canadian veterans, Canadians on disability, who are getting $870 a month. But we have hundreds of millions of dollars to send overseas, $22 billion to send to the Ukraine, but we don't have any money to give to a guy on disability who's lived his entire life here. What a pathetic sham of a government we have. This is the craziest thing too. They claim to be woke ideologues who are just looking out for the oppressed. They're the most violent people. They are bringing violence onto our streets. They're bringing many violent offenders. Crime rates in this country have exploded, absolutely exploded in this country, up 100% in the past decade. And you see it on the streets every day. More and more crazy people walking around who, if you don't agree with their ideology, they resort to violence immediately. If you are not prepared to defend yourself in Canada now, you're very quickly going to be in trouble. The government of Canada is already weaponizing free speech. They're literally getting rid of free speech in this country. Bill C-8, Bill C-9 give the government the right to cut your internet service if you say the wrong thing. I've already been banned with 26,000 followers from TikTok. Total BS. This government thinks that they can determine, they think that you peasants should just shut your mouth if you don't fall in line. If you don't agree with what this government is doing, if you don't agree with bringing 1.5 million more people into the country, we're being invaded in 2025. If you don't just put a smile on and go along with it, violence should be used against you. And Canadians need to wake the hell up to this fact. These Marxist revolutionaries are always very violent people. It was apparent just in this interaction with this woman. She elevated to violence so quickly, and I am it's shocking. It was shocking to see the level of immaturity and like I said, these people are violent. If you disagree with them, they think you're a Nazi. They think you're evil. Pointing out that you have ancestors who fought for World War II, and therefore you feel as though Canadian citizens should be looked out for before foreigners are. And they'll tell you, we built this country. What are you talking about? You arrived 15 years ago. My parents lived here. My grandparents lived here. They fought in the World War. It's not the same. We should be looking out after Canadian citizens first. It's common sense. That's the government's primary responsibility, is to look after its citizens. Its citizens, not foreigners. We could do that if we had a rich country where everybody was laughing all the way to the bank, but that's absolutely not the case. Our government sells us up and down the road every single time. They allow violent people into our society. They don't care. They live in neighborhoods where they never see the effects of their policies. It's disgusting. We're getting sold down the river. So sick of it. Canadians need to stand up and stop it. I'm setting up a Discord server, getting a movement going. Fight for Canada. We need to take this country back from these violent Marxists before things get even worse. Please like, share, subscribe, join, become a member, grab some merch if you'd like to support the cause. Really appreciate it. Like I said, I got banned on TikTok, so now it's only on YouTube, but we have to fight back and fight back hard because our country is at stake right now.